Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Rapid Data Tracks with Shubha. I hope you all are doing well. So in our last video, in the same playlist, I have explained you about what is data modeling, why this is critical and what are the core concepts of it, etc. If you have not watched that video, please go and watch it. I have given the link in the description. I believe this video should become a foundation in your data modeling learning journey. So, saying this, I have come up with one more important topic, that is facts and dimensions. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started with facts and dimensions. I will start with formal definition and then I will move ahead and give you a real-time example which will make it very simpler for you to understand these particular topics. So, what is fact table? Fact tables store central, quantitative and measurable data, etc. These tables have ability to store numerical and additive information that you can aggregate to answer key business questions. And fact table has foreign keys which refer to candidate keys in dimension tables. Next, what is dimension table? Dimension table contain descriptive attributes that you can use to filter, group or label the data stored in fact tables. And these tables change at very slow pace as they represent more stable attributes such as product categories, geographic locations or customer segments, etc. And dimension tables have a column that serves as a primary key, allowing each dimension row to be uniquely identified. So this is used as a key to link between dimension tables and fact tables. I know this is quite overwhelming as of now to understand, but further I'll give you a real-time example and I will break it in a very simple way. As I said, now let's understand this with an example. So for example, I can say a customer has bought 10 products for 100 rupees each from Amazon. Okay, now how to identify which all columns falls under fact tables and which all columns falls under dimension table? Very easy. First thing, fact table explains you what happened, like it might be some numbers or metrics. Ask this question: how much, how many, like this. So in the same example, I'll ask how many products. It will say the quantity, that is 10 products. What is the price or how much price? Then it will say 100 rupees each. So if these kinds of questions are answered, then make sure that these will fall under fact table. Next thing, dimension. Here it will explain the context of what happened. For example, who, when, what, where, etc. Ask these questions. Let's see if we can get an answer. In our example, who brought this product? Customer bought this product. So what was the product? It will give you a product name. And from where it was brought? It was bought from Amazon. When? It will give you the date. So if all these questions are answered, then you can easily say these are the dimension table elements. So it is very simpler to understand. Facts are numbers, dimensions are descriptions. Hope now it is clear for you all. Right now, we will see a small image where we have facts and dimensions. This is just to understand how fact tables are connected with dimension tables. Now if you can refer the image, you can see product key, customer key, date key. These all are declared as primary keys in dimension tables, but the same keys are derived as foreign keys in fact table. So we always say that fact tables always connect with dimensions using foreign key. So let's quickly understand the difference between fact and dimension table with this small table that is on your screen. I will just read them quickly as I have explained them already. And if you want a quick note, pause this video for some seconds and then continue. So fact, dimension. Facts store measurable data where dimension stores descriptive data. Facts have numeric columns where dimension have text or categorizable columns. And then fact table changes very frequently, but whereas dimension table changes slowly. Next thing, fact table have very large records, but dimensions have comparatively low records. And facts always connect to dimensions using foreign keys, whereas dimensions have primary keys. I hope this is clear for you. Okay, now let's move ahead with types of facts. Before understanding this, just remember one thing. This will be a golden rule. So the type of fact depends on the granularity. Here, granularity means what does one row represent. Once this granularity is clear, the fact becomes obvious. Basically, we have three types of fact tables. One is transactional fact, another one is snapshot fact, third one is accumulating snapshot fact table. Let's see them one by one. So the first one here is transactional fact. A transactional fact table stores one row for each business event and it is immutable. This is insert only. It is never updated and this is the most commonly used fact table. Here granularity is one row per transaction. Here the real example is online order. Every time a customer places an order, a new row is added. So here it will answer questions such as how many orders were placed, how much revenue was generated, how many products were sold, etc. Moving on. Snapshot fact. A snapshot fact captures the state of business at fixed intervals like daily, weekly, monthly, like this. So here data is captured repeatedly at different intervals. Here same entity appears multiple times across different dates. So we can say granularity as one row per entity per time period. For example, daily sales summary. Even if sales don't change, a row still exists for that day. So you can compare basically what was the previous day sale and what was today's sale. Even if there is no change, one row for that particular day will be present. So here questions will be kind of what were total sales yesterday? How is inventory trending? How many active users are there per month? Like this. So moving on to the next one, accumulating snapshot fact table. Here this tracks the entire life cycle of that particular process. Here once row is created, that row keeps on updating as each and every milestones are completed. So here granularity is one row per instance. For example, order life cycle. Once you place the order will be shipped and then it will be delivered and then it will be returned, like this. So here you can expect the questions such as how long did delivery take, where orders are getting stuck usually, are the SLAs are being met, etc. So now let us go ahead with a quick comparison. I will pause for few seconds. You people can go through this particular table. This is just to give you a high level recap of what types of facts does. So yes, are you still confused on how to choose the right fact table? I'll give you a simple trick. Ask yourself, do I care about every single event? Yes, transactional fact. Do I care about values at regular intervals? Like how is the business running on weekly basis? How is the business running on monthly basis? Then go ahead with snapshot fact. And if I care for the process or duration to achieve each milestone, for example, we always say Amazon is meant to deliver at the date it was mentioned, but where Meesho, it will slightly deliver early or slightly deliver late. So to understand these kind of process, we can say accumulating snapshot fact table. Okay, so let us understand types of dimension. Before understanding this, I'll give you a golden rule as I did for types of fact. So here rule is dimensions provide context to the facts. Without dimensions, number doesn't have any value because dimensions answers who, what, when, where, how, etc. So let us understand types of dimension now. First is confirmed dimension. A confirmed dimension is a dimension that is shared across multiple fact tables and that has the same meaning and structure everywhere. This ensures consistent reporting across the organization. Here the key idea is one dimension will be used by many fact tables. For example, dimension date. Here it can be used in fact sales as well, fact returns as well, fact shipment as well. So with this, we can prevent mismatched reports and it enables cross fact analysis as well. For example, at the end of the month, sales and returns, both reports match the monthly totals. In this way, we can use this kind of a dimension. Next is role-playing dimension. A role-playing dimension is a single dimension that is used multiple times in the same fact table. But each time when it is used, it comes with a different role. Here the key idea is same dimension but different meanings. For example, dimension date. It can be used as order date, it can be used as ship date, it can be used as delivery date as well. So one fact table can have order date ID, ship date ID and delivery date ID. But key point here is it all points to the same dimension date table. So with this we can avoid duplicate dimensions and it keeps schema clean and maintainable. So the third one is very interesting and very important, that is slowly changing dimensions. A slowly changing dimensions tracks changes in the dimension attributes over the time. Because dimensions change slowly but business needs history as well. We do have different slowly changing dimension. We call it as SED type 1, SED type 2, SED type 3, etc. But don't worry much about this. I will come up with one more video with the exact granularity and how these dimensions like these SED1, SED2, how these things are handled or why they differentiated. So here the basic idea is to preserve the historical context. For example, if a customer moves from Bangalore to some other city, for example Bangalore to Pune, Pune to Hyderabad. So if I want where the customer was located at the first instance, that means I can say he was in Bangalore. now shifted to Pune. So the recent value is Pune, but the historical value is Bangalore. This is where we preserve the historical data as well. So as we did, I will again go with a quick round of comparison of these 3 dimension types. I'll take a pause. Please go through. Okay, so now again, how to choose the right dimension type. So now again go on asking questions like this. Is this dimension used by multiple fact table? Yes, then it is a confirmed dimension. Or if the same dimension plays multiple roles? Yes, then it is a role playing dimension. Now, do I need to track the historical changes? Then it is slowly changing dimension. Yes, I think so. I tried to explain you all these things as best of my knowledge. And a small assignment. If you have understood the facts and dimensions and types of facts and dimensions properly, I just want you to comment one real-time example on each fact and each dimension. Let's see if you can get it correctly. If not, I promise I will 100% give you real-time examples on types of facts and type of dimensions in our next video. So yes, I tried making these things simpler for you to the best of my knowledge. I hope it's clear for you, all of you. So catch you again with the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.